Hey everybody, Jamie Applin here with a quick one for you today. I wanted to get this video out as quick as possible because Suno just announced their latest release, version 5.5.
Welcome to Suno v5.5.
And with that comes some exciting new features, but one very highly anticipated new feature.
And the one that I'm most excited to talk about and you've been asking for forever, voices. That's right, you can finally make music with your own voice on Suno.
People have been asking for this since day one, so again, very, very exciting. It's now going to allow you to be able to use your own voice in your Suno song creations. And now it's here, it's available, it dropped today. But before I even think about doing a demo for you on it, I wanted to make this video first because I think it's, really important that we understand what it is that we're agreeing to when we upload our voice inside Suno. If you look at the Suno terms of service, which was also just updated today along with the version 5.5 release, you're essentially granting them this broad, very, very broad, perpetual, irrevocable license to your voice, meaning they can use it for promotion, they can use it for monetization, for obviously improving the model, marketing. They can kind of do whatever they want with it, and they can do it forever. So, if a year from now you decide, I'm done using Suno and I think I'm going to take my ball and go home, well, not going to happen. Your voice stays inside Suno. And to me, that's a very big deal. And it's obviously not something that we think about when we're, using these tools and we're uploading things. And it's one thing to upload some lyrics and some melodies. That stuff gets borrowed and ripped off and reused all the time. That's just the nature of music and art. We're constantly borrowing from one another. So it's one thing to do that. It's another thing to upload your voice, your own likeness. That's uniquely yours. That's something that is not, no one can borrow that unless you say, here, borrow my voice. And that's essentially what you're doing with Suno in this voice cloning feature. Now, some might think that I'm looking into this way too much. And the reality of it is, more than likely, your voice is not going to get misused. It's not going to be put in something that you wouldn't want to do. But the fact is that because of the Suno terms being so broad, it's just open-ended. It's a very, very gray area. And for that reason alone, it's enough for me just to press pause and hold on a second. I'll be honest, I love the idea of this feature and I kind of want to use it. Getting a great vocal take is not easy to do. It's very painstaking, especially if you're not a great vocalist. And so the efficiency of this feature is something that's incredibly appealing. But I just don't love the idea of not being in control of my voice. And so that's my caution to you before you dive into this. Just take a minute and really think about the long-term effects of this. Is this something that you're going to be okay with long-term? And some of you might be like, yeah, I don't really care. Others might not be so quick to agree to this. The biggest thing to remember is that there's no undo button. Once your voice is in there, it's in there for good. The team at Suno actually released a video today explaining the new features. And there's this one part where it says,
we know that your voice is deeply personal and we take that incredibly seriously.
And they talk about how it's private and only you can be the one to use it.
Voices are private and only accessible to you, and you're the only one that can create using your voice.
Well, I find that to be a bit contradictory according to their terms. Because again, if we look at what they're saying in their terms of service, what they're asking for is extremely broad. I personally would love to see a change in those terms that kind of reflects something like, we won't use your voice for anything other than your own creations. Or at least draw a firm line between your voice and your content. Those sort of changes would need to happen to the terms of service before I would ever feel comfortable using this feature. Anyway, it's a tough one for me, I have to say. I get excited about it, but I just don't know. So I'm curious, where do you guys land on this? Yes, no, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.